So today I wanted to speak about why creativity is not constant. For me, at least, it feels like creativity is like a flash of inspiration. It just comes randomly, and that's why there's there's things such as writer's block. I think, yeah. So I was saying, creativity is a flash of inspiration. It comes randomly, and sometimes you just want to put all your thoughts into that one idea and just go hard. And that's why you have different periods of consistency. Like sometimes I want to work hard and I want to do something, and then sometimes I just have nothing because it's just writer's block. And for me, it's like, how do I combat that? Because I want to have constant inspiration. And I think the best way to do that is to just read people's experiences and learn more and learn as much as possible, because then you can build your worldview. I think the issue with social media is that, like, it's ironic because you see so many different things and you learn so many things, but at the same time everything feels the same, and it feels like everything is the same trend, and people are just bots on there, and there's such a big creative drain on there. It's like you see one creative thing and then that's it, everyone's copying it, and it's just not as interesting anymore. I think it's so important that when you have an idea, you have to cultivate it, and at the same time, it's so hard to get that vision perfect. Because for me, when I have an idea, I want to make it perfect, and I don't want anything to take away from that. And if I feel like it's not perfect, I just won't release it. And I think that's something that needs to be taken away from me personally, because it happens so often. But yeah, I wonder if people feel the same, because I feel like I'm trying to do new things and trying to build my experiences, but at the same time I'm having a writer's block, because everything and nothing I do is good enough for what I want to release and what I want to show. But coming back to that topic of social media killing creativity, I think there's just so much endless trash on there, and you scroll away for hours and hours, and it just sucks away from your brain. I mean, there's something called the attention economy, and nowadays people are fighting for your time. They're not really fighting for your money, they're not fighting for anything else. It's just your time on TikTok, because the money will come, but the time it will never come back. And when people have your attention, they can hook you onto anything. That's why they're targeting children. I mean, when I was growing up, cartoons used to be cartoons and they used to be educational, but nowadays things like Cocomelon and all these other cartoons, it's just loud and loud bright colors, and it completely takes away from the learning aspect of when I was a child, at least. There's just so much out there because of the internet that ironically is taking everything away, and people don't want to learn anymore, even though the internet is the biggest library in the world. People, they refuse to learn, and they'd rather be spoon-fed, and the things that you're being spoon-fed is just rubbish. It's just anything to control the mind, which is getting a bit schizophrenic, but realistically this is what they want to do. These big corporate companies, they want to suck all of your attention and take you away from anything that you could be doing. I'm not trying to say cause a revolution, I'm trying to say your imagination is being taken away from you, and you essentially become a wage slave. And there's so many people who are depressed, and funnily enough, the unemployment rate to youth is at an all-time high in the UK, at least, and around the world. Everyone's unhappy, but the companies are bringing in the biggest profits. I think Tesco had like a 4 billion or 4 million pound increase in profits over the last year, even though everyone's suffering from something called shrinkflation, where they're making chocolate bars smaller and still pricing it at the same thing. So it really feels like the bureaucracy is just destroying everything and everyone. And let me not even get into gerontocracy. Gerontocracy is the idea that old people control the world, which is true. I mean, if you look at President Donald Trump, I didn't even know that he's 89 years old. And that's just crazy to me. The average age of a president is above 80, I think. So, and the idea of gerontocracy is that these people aren't dying. You know, we want a progressive leader, like in New York, at least from what I've seen, Zoran Mamdani. He's a socialist, idealist, and it seems like that's the way forward, which is what people want. But then you have these old corrupt leaders controlled by AIPAC who just refuse to bring about change because they all went to Epstein Island and they've all been blackmailed. So there's some big changes that need to happen in the world, but I don't think it's going to happen, mainly because of gerontocracy, because of bureaucracy. And it's hard because it's up to the youth to change these things, but then youth unemployment is at an all-time high, so people aren't even getting jobs. And alhamdulillah, I do have a job, so yeah. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna talk about today. Let me know what else I should speak about. I ain't trying to have writer's block. Let me know some ideas. Let me know if you enjoyed the video and what other ideas I should delve into.